Hello and welcome to the Congo Hour. We want to thank you for watching. My name is Trippy, joined this evening with my awesome co-hostess with the mostest, Wayna. And we have a lot going. We don't have too much going on tonight. We were supposed to have Sammy's Corner, but he's not going to come, right?
Correct.
He's not coming. Did he say why?
I didn't ask.
No. Okay. All right. Because he always gives us a hard time.
I no comment.
Yeah, but now he's not here, so.
Y'all weren't here last week either.
Maybe I should.
Was he here the week before that?
Nope. He hasn't been on here in a while. Yeah,
What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe we should give out his number so people can call and find out for themselves, huh? Should we?
Inquiring minds want to know
Yeah,
where's
I know what's
Sammy's
going on.
Corner.
She's just taking a little hiatus, but I'll make sure that he's here next Sunday.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to tell our viewing audience who our guests are?
I do, but before that, I want to, as you can see, apologize for what?
Because you didn't even dress for the occasion. Our guests are all dressed up. No, you just came here like you just came from playing basketball.
No. I put up on our Facebook page that it's Wayna's turn to get trippy back. A few weeks ago, a friend of ours, Will Little from Philadelphia, drove all the way from Philadelphia to be here on the Congo Hour, and he blessed us with T-shirts.
He did.
So
Thank you, Will.
while he asked what size we needed, I said a medium. Trippy immediately said, "Are you sure you don't need a larger size?"
I don't remember saying that.
I do. It's on tape.
We'll go with it.
And if you could pull that one up so we can play it during a break. So Trippy says he needs a 2X.
But he didn't bring a 2X.
He did bring a 2X,
No, he didn't. He
Trippy.
bought a medium.
To make a long
He bought a
story
large.
short,
He bought a
no,
large.
now we're going from a large, from a one,
Okay.
from
in all
a
honesty,
2X.
It was an extra large. It was. I'll bring it next week. It was too small.
Anyway, it was too small.
I've been doing push-ups since.
Excuse me, I've been
Okay,
working
go ahead.
out too.
Okay.
But I have pictures to show you I've been working out.
No pictures, please.
Not them kind of pictures.
No pictures.
But Trippy texts me at when it's time to be here. My shirt is too small. My sleeves are up to my, up to my
I don't know what I was thinking
elbow.
about. It stopped like right here.
Well, they're like, you know.
Yeah, but mine was like way up here, and then it was too tight. I was gonna wear it anyway.
You
I
should've.
was gonna bring it. I wasn't gonna wear it.
Well, I told you to
it's
bring
too
it. You could
tight.
have pinned
I know.
it to the front of you.
I'm gonna try to get another one this week, and then I'll wear it next week. And if you don't understand,
not gonna wear it again
I'm
next
gonna wear it
week.
because I want to support his cause, because it really is an awesome thing that he's doing. So.
And we need to start within ourselves, you and I. We need to be peaceful.
We are peaceful. This is all love.
Okay.
See? People see me in the store, they say, I don't know why Wayna is so sensitive.
I don't know why Trippy's so hard on
I
you.
get the same thing.
You get why
I'm so hard on you, but it's all love though.
It is.
It is.
Oh, okay. Trippy, Thursday I had play rehearsal. Brother Omar, who
I didn't know you were in a play. What play?
I am. It's called Isaiah Turner.
Okay.
And it's about a man who goes through a whole bunch of things in life, and then he ends up learning how to love and learning the true value of family and friends.
Okay.
Well, I got chosen because on the pew, I was very adamant on how I am totally against mothers not allowing their children, their fathers to be in the children's lives.
Okay.
So the role I play is Keisha, and Keisha is Isaiah's baby's mama, and she causes a lot of problems with Isaiah not being able to see his daughter. So I'm Keisha.
When you were on the pew talking about that, were you the only one with that opinion, or?
No, I think the majority of everybody. I think I was just adamant about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't really understand. How do some women justify it?
Because they not
Or
with the person anymore.
Well, how do they try to justify it, I should say? I mean, do they, like, besides not being together, like, what reasons do women usually give?
The ones that I know, they really, it's no like really
No.
true reason.
Okay.
It could be just because they didn't work out, they got an attitude and trying to use the child as a pawn.
But what do you think the father's role in that is? 'Cause I know a lot of guys deal with that, but then they let it go, I think, too easily. Like
I agree
they
too.
say, oh, she won't let me see my son or my daughter
Go
or
to
my
court.
children. Yeah, I think a lot of guys give up too easily. And
I agree with you.
okay. All right,
Yeah. So hopefully, well, I'll get the information about the play, but hopefully it will touch someone's heart who may be not allowing their child's father or mother to be a part of their lives and the importance of being in their child's life. Speaking
When is
of,
When is it gonna?
it's in May. I'll get
Okay.
the date and everything for you. We have so many rehearsals up until then.
Okay, congratulations.
So thank you.
Yep.
Talking about children, since you put it on Facebook,
Oh,
I want to talk about it. Because you're a good daddy. So tell us your story. What happened?
I was shopping with Morgan and Milan. It's my two oldest girls, and I don't believe you're gonna do this. You got me on this one. Well, we were clothes shopping. We were at Kmart. So my youngest daughter, Milan, she's 4. She comes up to me and says, "Daddy, can I have a bra? Can I get a bra?" I'm like, "No, get out of here. You crazy? You don't need a bra." So she's like, she was like, "Well, why does Morgan get to wear one?" Morgan is only 9, but she's about to be 10
Right.
in a couple of months. But she knows she has a little bra. When she started wearing a little bra, so she said, "Why does Morgan get to wear them?" So I'm thinking in my mind, like, how am I going to explain this to this little girl, right?
that her sister wearing one and she
I was like, she caught me off guard because I didn't think I didn't think that was going to be an answer. I thought she was just going to be like, okay. She was like, so I was like, I was trying to think of what I was going to tell her, but I couldn't do it. Like, I don't know, I just froze. I was like, like when you get older, and I was like, I couldn't do it. And I saw these dresses to the side. I was like, hey, you like that little pretty dress? But it worked.
Go back to it?
No, it worked. She was like, oh, I like that dress, Daddy.
So
I was like, oh my, I got off the hook, at least for that night. I know it's going to probably come back up.
I thought that was so cute.
Oh my goodness, it was so awkward. Just trying to, I guess like thinking back on it, like it was so easy for me to talk about that kind of stuff with Max, with my son.
Because he's a boy.
Yeah, I guess it just came so naturally and easily, so easy. I was just, like we've always talked about it. I don't know if we've talked about it since he was as young as she is now, but it's easier, I guess for me, like you said, because he's a boy. But that conversation with the girls. Well, we're gonna
take a quick break.
Take a quick break.
We'll be right back.
All right. Welcome back. I guess we'll go into our interviews.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, Trippy, this evening we have the pleasure of having Apostle Stan Jacobs and his beautiful wife, and I'll let him introduce his 2 guests that he has with him. Welcome to the Congo Hour.
Glad. Thank you for having us.
You're so very
Thank you.
welcome.
What's going on?
Not too much, man.
All right.
I was just
Come
listening.
on, wait a minute.
I was listening to the man's story. I can feel you.
Man, that
a
was
4-year-old talking about she with a bra. I would have been like, I would have just started meditating. She would have had to just figure out what's going on. Do I need a bra? How does a 4-year-old know anything about a bra?
I guess she saw her
Her sister has one. It's a
So,
girl thing.
It's a girl thing. So she had a wig. Hey, Dad, can I get a wig?
I don't know. But
it
wait a
was
minute, let me
rough,
say
though.
this because he is funny. So when he contacted me to say he wanted to come on the show, I thought he had a show coming on because he's a comedian.
Oh,
So I was like, okay, but you're going to tell us about your ministry.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Everybody has known me as Stan the Man Jacobs, the comedian.
Yes.
But long before I was Stan the Man Jacobs, the comedian, I was also a minister. So I started when I was 18, preaching, and officially I was licensed at 19.
Okay.
And then I just said, look, you know something? I like making people laugh. And it's too much that goes on in church that I need to seize the opportunity and talk about. I've seen wigs come off. I've seen teeth come out. I've seen slips come off. So I said, we do not need to let this good humor go to waste.
Right.
So I said, so God released me to be able to, just make people laugh. And I still do it, but the ministry means a whole lot to me.
Yes.
But it's funny. Who would ever think Stan the Man Jacobs, a pastor, and leading a congregation? So so it kind of comes back. If I ever had a congregation and your breath was bad, I'm gonna give you a mint. I just make sure the ushers, disseminate the mints to everybody. And if I pray for you, you gotta have. If I gotta put Banaka, I'll be like, Jesus, it's not sin, it's just your breath.
Right. Prophetess Jacobs, does he have you laughing like
Oh,
all
Yes,
the
he
time?
does all the time. Well, the times that I think it's not funny when he's talking about me.
Oh.
So
Nobody's spared, huh?
but
exactly.
Whoa.
it's a profession, and I make money doing that.
There you go.
So who gets
that?
the check?
Okay, I got
end of the
you.
night.
You're not complaining about that
That's
part,
right.
That's-
Yes.
that's-
Okay,
We're good to go.
good. So tell us about your ministry.
It's called Greater Works Cathedral. It was Greater Works Family Worship Center. God actually told us to change it, so we changed the name to Greater Works Cathedral. And we're fairly young, but the thing is, God has given us a heart. Coming from the city of Chester, I went to Atlanta for a little bit, stayed there, came back, and helped my family out in ministry there. And coming from the city of Chester, I said, okay, I want to get rid of or kind of do away with all the crazy stuff that's going on in the city. And I said, I'll go to Delaware, and God really placed it on my heart. We were in Newark at first, and then for some reason, he really had it on my heart to come to Wilmington.
Okay.
And I was like, Lord, what is going on? Then I see everything that's going on here. But I'm not taken because of what's going on. It's the God placed it in my heart to do it. So it's Greater Works Cathedral. We are an ministry that really wants to, how can I say this, just be in the community. Everybody says that, but I think we have
Yeah, I
to
was
be in
going to
the
ask you that. Like, what's your, I guess, plan or your vision when you say you want to be in the community? What's that mean to you?
For me, if I can go back just a little bit, I worked as a teacher in the Chester Upland School District, and I was hurt. I was assaulted, left for dead or whatever, bled and all those things. And what I really see is we have a lot of hurting people in our communities, and sometimes I'm a fourth generation preacher. I'm a preacher's kid. When my mother had me, you know, she went from the organ to the hospital. So, you know, I've been in church all my life. And I think we have to understand that sometimes in church we just play games.
Right.
And, you know, people don't want to talk about it because they want to just keep it up under the carpet. I think reality has to be preached nowadays. People come to church hurt. People are struggling. People are really, they're at their wits' end. And I want to bring the reality of the Word of God to their life, to bring a change. So first thing we want to do, and I thought I wanted to deal with the parents first, but sometimes we have to hit the youth just because of all the epidemic of violence. But, you know, we have to bring an awareness to the hurt and the pain that's going on inside of young people. It's interesting. You have parents that are raising kids that are struggling with things in their life, but they had to put their struggle on the back burner so that they can deal with the struggle of their child. And their child is saying, you don't understand me, but the parent wants to say, or the guardian wants to say, because you have a lot of good parents that leave their children to the mother, father, grandparents, aunts and uncles. So we have to, you know, bring a reality of the Word of God. And I'll be as candid to say that we need to show more love in the body of Christ to our communities, not just saying it from our mouths, but doing it in our actions too, and not doing it to get a place of status. We're doing it because we really love the communities that we serve.
Very good. Very good. Prophetess, what do you? Well, you're a prophetess, so I understand what that is. But how else do you assist in ministry with your husband?
Well, I assist wherever I'm needed. The Lord allowed me to see a lot and to implement what I see. And like he said, we have to show love, and it have to be genuine, because if you're trying to fake it just to make it, it's not gonna work, because as he said, there are a lot of hurting people there, the parents as well as the kids. And so I believe, being a parent myself, that the parent must be taught, you know, they must be taught how to reach their child. And it doesn't come overnight, because none of us were given a manual on how to parent. And so I do believe in the motto, it takes a village to raise a child, because it really does. And sometimes the child listens to another person more than they would their own parent. And so I love stepping in and implementing that little, even if it's just a little bit, just showing genuine love to everyone that needs it.
Where are you located, the ministry?
302 West Matson Run Parkway. It's in Wilmington here. Nice little area of town too. I really like
Right
it.
off of Washington Street Extension?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all
Oh, so
right.
you know your little area, you know around here a little bit.
I was born and raised here,
Okay.
Apostle.
You know, some people, they born and raised and they still don't know how to get
You know
across
what?
town.
That is so true. My mom is like that.
She puts her mother on blast. Wow.
I know. Introduce the gentleman that you have with
This
you.
is Minister Will Marshall. He's one of the associate ministers at our church. He's been such a blessing to us. You know, I have a motto. I heard someone say this: in order for me to be myself, in order for me to be the great person I am, you need the us behind you. You need people that are going to support you. And he, along with my wife and along with so many others, but Minister Will is a very great support system for us at the ministry. We have a motto. It's called the DEED, and it stands for Develop, Encourage, Empower, Deploy. Before you can empower somebody, sometimes you need to encourage them. Because if you've been through so many things in life, you need somebody to say, hold up, don't run another race, don't try to do another task. Sit down for a moment and be encouraged to know that you are great, you are phenomenal. So he helps us in the ministry to facilitate that vision of the D, and believe me, he's a well utilized brother.
Okay. All right.
So I'm so glad to have him on staff with us.
Tell us about your experience in the ministry.
I actually heard a particular sound from him, and it's funny because that's how God works. When He draws you to a particular place, you hear a particular sound, and from that I seen some of the places that he was going that I also wanted to travel. So that's what drew me to him. But being under the ministry is broadened it has broadened me greatly. You know, it's taken me places where I'm able, you know, under him to reach out to young men, you know, to men and young men and stuff. It gives you that opportunity to, because like I said, coming from a lot and experience a lot, so you see how people are from both aspects, you know, from where they are to where they can go, you know, once you able to tap in and to reach into them. So being under them and being able to explore that has been great.
Very good.
What time are your services?
12 o'clock.
Okay.
We do 12 o'clock, and right now we do 7 p.m. on Tuesday night Bible study, but we do that conference call. The weather has been so, this year's been crazy. So we've been doing conference call, and it's interesting. We have our people that come on the call, then we have people from around the country. And I think we've had Belgium and Kenya, Nigeria come on the call too, just to hear what God is saying through us. So it's 12 o'clock, 12 noon on Sundays, 7 p.m. we do a conference call on Tuesday nights.
I love that because you're taking modern technology.
Yes,
And
yes,
you're
yes.
incorporating that within your ministry.
Yes.
And it makes it easy and convenient for people
Yes,
as
it does.
well.
It does.
So,
It really does.
yeah.
And I think sometimes we want the people to come into church, definitely, but sometimes we got to meet them where they are. And people, and I say love a lot. I think we live in a society where we see a lot of damaged people, and we just need to get the message to them, because sometimes they will never come into the church just because it's the church. But I believe that the church needs to come to them. And this is one of the ways we do it. We're working on our streaming and some other technology, creative ways to meet people where they are and just get the message out. So I love technology. My grandmother, when she was living, she'd be like, don't turn that computer on, you're gonna blow everything up. I'm like, Grandma,
Right.
it's a button. Just
Yeah.
push it, it's not gonna blow up. She, don't you do that. And she never learned how to work a computer because she thought, you know, everything was gonna blow up.
Right.
I said, but we thank God for our senior citizens
Yes, most
because they taught us the way. But we, like to utilize it to the best of our ability.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing about your ministry.
Thank
and
you.
keep us updated on different things that's going on so we can share it with our viewing audience.
We will do that, definitely do that.
Trippy, before we take a break, I was just thinking, like, he talked about encouragement, and I want to personally encourage females, particularly. Today, 24 years ago today, I lost my daughter, Alexis. I was 8 months pregnant, and she was stillborn. So it's like, no matter how many days or years go by, it's like today, it's like, it's like, I don't know, just something embedded in me that I'll always remember. So I was feeling kind of weird on yesterday, and I'm like, oh, tomorrow is, when I lost Alexis. So I just want to encourage a lady, female out there who may have had a stillborn. And because sometimes people say because the child didn't live, like it's not a big deal, but we feel the baby moving inside of us, that baby becomes a part of us. So I just want to encourage someone who has had a stillborn to stay encouraged, that I don't want to say it gets easier, but with God, all things are possible, and healing will take place in your lives.
Amen.
So God bless you. So you ready to take a break?
Yeah, we'll take a break. And who's coming on next?
Her name is Aja, I believe. I don't want to mess up her name. I knew you was going to answer me. I was just hoping you'd say, let's take a break and we'll be back with our next guest. But she's coming on, and she does meditation, which I'm really interested in learning about. So we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Good evening and welcome back to the show. Don't ask me what was wrong with me. My next interview, I need to be meditating. She does mediation, not meditation. But I'm sure during your mediations, you do some meditation
Yes, I
too.
do.
So welcome to the Congo Hour. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So, and I was saying prior to us coming on live, that was a great segue, what we were talking about earlier about mothers and fathers. And so how can you link all of that in with what you do?
Yes, what we do at DAB is we educate fathers and mothers, mostly single fathers, on their rights and responsibility as it pertains to family court. We help them navigate the court system. We pretty much educate them on everything they need to know from start to finish. I was enjoying the conversation you guys was having with you're in a play and you played a mother that was an antagonizer to a father who you didn't want to have access to his children. So that's what we teach fathers, their rights, that they do have access to their children, and they can have access to their children. Because a lot of fathers do give up. Like Trippy said, most fathers after being antagonized like that will give up. But that's what we're here for. We teach them not to give up because they have rights. So when we teach our fathers, we teach them to be empowered and to be self-sufficient, to understand everything there is to know. We teach them to co-parent with mothers. We teach them to be in the child's life. We teach them how to understand the child support and what the meaning of child support is, the significance of child support. So we also teach mothers as well. But majority of our clients are single fathers who are trying to get into their children's lives and be productive parent.
Now, what made you get into doing this?
Okay. I have been a mediator, which I am. I'm a certified mediator with the state of Delaware and New Jersey. And I love the fact that I can help people. When I worked for the courts in Delaware and Jersey, when you work for certain entities, your hands are tied, you cannot help much people. And many of the fathers that came into my office felt helpless, and I couldn't help them. I had to follow strict guidelines. I had to go by the rules and pretty much mediate. When I saw that, in thinking, I could do better by helping than, helping fathers on my own, and I actually literally prayed about it, and I stepped out in faith. 2 years ago, October 2013, I was with the city, I was with New Jersey courts as a hearing officer. I was making a significant amount of money. And I had talked to my children about it, and I had prayed about it, talked to my pastor about it, and I said, I really feel like I need to do this, I was told you're not going to make any money because you're dealing with single fathers who really can't even afford the court system, so how are they going to afford you? And I said, you know what? It will come. And I remember one of my mentors said, just spread the word. Just do what you do, you will get what you need to get. And I've been doing this our second year, thank God. We're still up and running. We've had, our clientele is growing significantly. We have fathers coming as far as Seaford, Delaware, Lewis, Delaware, coming up just to have a consultation with me so they can understand their rights. Fathers who have attorneys. Now, we welcome fathers who already have attorneys, because the thing that we do with fathers who have attorneys, we teach them how to put their questions in place when they're going to meet their attorney, so they don't have to waste that significant amount of money, because attorney's cost is very high. And when you're going, you need to know exactly what you're going to ask, you know, instead of wasting that money. So time is money when you're dealing with an attorney. So we welcome that. And a lot of fathers have been coming to us, making sure that the questions are in line. We teach them what questions to ask their attorney, and they go and ask their attorney. So that if they're paying $300 an hour, their questions are being asked, and they're satisfied. I've had fathers come to me and say, you know, I feel so empowered. I've been dealing with the court system for over 20 years, and I have never felt like I've won. But this time around, I went into court after you've taught me Court Smart. I can go into court, and I know what I'm doing. I had a father call me, you know, like literally in tears, telling me, you know, I really appreciate what you did for me, because I didn't know I had rights. All these years, I never knew I had rights. I always thought the court was for women. And I keep telling my fathers, it's for both, women and men. But you just have to know what your rights are.
Because there's no one like you that's in the court system to help them understand and realize their rights that they have.
No, there isn't. I've been blessed to have referrals that with attorneys. We do not offer any legal advice, but we do give them layman information, basically common sense information that fathers need to know. Which is very valuable for them to progress and be active citizen within their children's lives. We have, like I said, I've been blessed to have other attorneys that I can refer to, that if they need an attorney and they can afford it, we will refer them. But I tell fathers, and in the court languages, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You do not need to have a JD to know how to represent yourself in court or to understand your rights and responsibility when it comes to child support and custody. So we teach them that, and we, you know, it's a fulfillment that I like when my fathers come to me and say, you know, I have a smile on my face because now I'm spending more time with my child. Or, you know, even mothers, be honest with you, there are some mothers, and I tell them, give fathers the chance to be in their child's life, because this is your time that you can get your nails done, you can get your hair done, you can have a girl hour, you know, this is your time, because I hear a lot of mothers complaining, I don't have time. I'm running here, I'm running there. Well, give him a chance. If he's not working and you are, and you need a daycare, why can't father be a part of that child's life? Why can't father babysit? Well, I don't like the word babysit, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Why
I
can't
know,
father parent?
Right.
You know, I don't like two words, babysit and visitation, I don't like. So why can you give him the opportunity to be a parent? You know, I really like what he said, Trippy said about his daughters. He took them shopping. You know, that is so, you know, it's funny now, but it's a significant impact that you're putting in these children's lives, because now they know, I like to go shopping with my dad. You know, I spend time with my dad. It's important. And I tell a lot of fathers, if you have visitation, as the courts call it, and the child has something to do, accompany the child. If she has to go to the mall, take her to the mall, sit in the food court, let her walk around with her girlfriends. That's your time. Driving in the car with them, that's your time. Spend enough time with your children, because it's going to manifest in something great, girls and boys.
Do you mainly deal just with child support and child custody? What else? What other areas?
We do. Our mediation company, we mediate all different types of mediation. We do landlord-tenant. We do workplace dispute. We do juvenile dispute, which is where we have the juvenile offender and victims. We do those. We teach our juveniles how to resolve conflict peacefully instead of fighting or ending up with a gunshot wound in your head. But we do that. We do divorce disputes, mediation, where we do property division. We encourage parties to try and reach a resolution prior to going to court, which is better. Because I tell a lot of my fathers and mothers when we're doing mediation that when you come to an agreement amicably, it's better for you than having the court decide for you, because the court really doesn't know you like you know you.
I want to say amen.
So I tell them all the time, you know, you need to have a someone in between, some mediator, some type of mediator, even if it's a church. Your pastor can be a mediator. A really good friend who is neutral to both can be a media, because you need to have a neutral person who's not going to be biased or pick sides. So that's what we do. We do all that. And we do a lot of workshops. I do co-parenting workshops where we teach parents how to co-parent. I have a workshop called Single Mother Raising Boys, which we teach single mothers how to raise boys. We have workshops on custody and child support, teaching fathers and mothers how to understand custody and child support and to understand the child support calculation.
Okay. If someone wanted your services, what do they need to do?
They can call us. Our number is 302-272-0678. We are located at 2700 North Market Street in Wilmington, where the Wilmington Housing High Rise is, right in the lower level, where we're located in the one-stop shop building. Right now, we're looking to expand. Like I said, our clientele has expanded, so we're looking for a bigger space. We're there Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We would like to get a location where we're there Monday to Friday.
Okay. I appreciate you because there's so many, I mean, you always hear about like women empowerment, but you never really hear about someone advocating for men. So thank you so very much for
you're
what
welcome.
you do.
You're welcome.
We'll definitely have to have you back on so you can give some pointers. Okay?
I would love to.
All right.
I would really love to. I thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. Going to take a very quick break, and we'll be back with our funeral announcements.